9440.
4405.
9440 405.
Welcome back, crime fighters. Time for another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted, your opportunity to help us find some bad guys and put them behind bars. I'm your host, Chris Wright, along with Chief Deputy Matthew Wade from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. Good to see you, Matthew.
Good to be back. A little rested, had a good 4th.
Yeah.
Enjoyed myself.
Good to see that you survived all the fireworks, unlike somebody that we saw in the news.
Yeah, somebody in the news, I tell you, they were doing something weird, cost them their life. I mean, you can't play with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, not to joke around with the loss of life, but somebody tried to shoot off fireworks on top of his head, and it did actually kill him. Be careful with those fireworks. I know we've still got some people that are still messing around with the fireworks after the 4th of July. It's not just, okay, now we're the 5th and people stop shooting off the fireworks.
No,
there's still some of that going on. Please be careful.
It's people who didn't expend their cache of fireworks will expend them, and you know, it's fun stuff to do. Just got to remember, be safe, always, no one will get hurt.
All right, let's talk about what our viewers have done this week. They didn't take the week off.
They didn't take a week off. Another good week, 3 arrests, bringing our count up to 3,441 people put behind bars, all because you were willing to get involved and helped, and we sure do appreciate that. Thank you.
And we will have this week's lineup for you coming up here in just a little bit. We wanted to talk briefly about a couple of things. One, we've got a firearms safety course coming up. Talk about fireworks safety, but how about firearms safety?
Yes, July the 9th, Thursday night at 6 o'clock. You don't have to register. There's no paperwork you have to do. Just come to our sheriff's office at 6 p.m. and we can teach you not only firearm safety, but what the law says of when you can use and can't use deadly force. So,
and of course, the big question everybody always asks about this: should I bring my gun?
If you want to have personal protection with you, that's perfectly fine. But there's no weapon needed for the course on Thursday night. Okay. So there's no reason to have a gun and pull it out and wave it around. We don't want any of that for safety purposes. But those who attend the class on Thursday nights will be afforded a chance to work with a firearms instructor on Saturday morning at our range. They can bring their weapon, they can bring their ammunition. A firearms instructor will work with them, make sure they're doing it safe, offer any tips of instruction that might help them with their aim or other things like that. And it's all free. That's the good part. It's free. We believe in our Second Amendment. We've been doing this for 20 years. Best we can tell, this is around our 80th something class we've put on. We do it every quarter, and we're glad to do so.
Very good. And one other thing we wanted to mention, I know we've had a series of breaking and entering in automobiles.
Yes.
We've solved some of those cases here recently.
Guy over the weekend, got called out there for a domestic violence case, and when we got there, he ran out the back. Deputies chased him Sunday afternoon, and then yesterday morning, bright and early, we get a call again from his wife, and go out there that he was back, and she was scared. She fled the residence because she had a protection from abuse against the guy. We get there, he's asleep on the couch, which always makes it easier for us. And while we were there, we said, hey, there's what's this stuff? Whose purse is this? Whose name is this? And as we're there, calls start coming in about cars being burglarized during the night, and we solved at least 11 B&E autos yesterday from this guy who was apparently on drugs and breaking into cars all in the Alexandria area.
So are we saying that at least 11 that happened over the course of one weekend or one night?
Yep, that's absolutely correct.
So folks, when you send in that one piece of information about one person for what may seem like a small crime to you, you may be solving, or better yet, preventing dozens of victims being victimized within a 24-hour period or however long.
And a lot of times people talk about criminals being lazy and needing to go get a job. They do have a job. Their job is to go steal from those of us who work all day and buy our things. So these people are busy, and just in this guy's case, we proved 11. There's some more that we think he did that we just don't have the evidence to, that we're still working on. So.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the first half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
Your word is rigmarole.
Can you define it?
A long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead,
drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak,
a wretch
like me.
I once was
homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost. But now I am sober,
happy.
I'm fine. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, Jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Hi, I'm Katina Houston with Family Links, and this is the Family Tip of the Week. If you've got kids, of course you want to make sure they grow up fit and healthy, but you also know it's hard to juggle work, family, and physical activity. Still, setting a healthy example is a good start. Research shows that parents who are physically active increase the likelihood that their kids will be active as well. So if you're looking for ways to get your kids involved, listen to the following tips. Number 1, plan outdoor activities. Set aside one day a weekend to do something active as a family. Taking along a picnic lunch and splurging on some healthy snacks after a good workout will help the day go by without a complaint. Number 2, take classes together. Ask around at fitness clubs and community centers in your area about yoga or aerobic classes offered to parents and kids together. If your little one's too young to participate, look for classes that help you burn calories with your baby by incorporating them into your yoga moves or pushing them along during stroller workouts. Number 3, redo your family room. Too often, the family room is the center of laziness in a home. A comfy couch, a video game console, a shelf full of DVDs, and nothing to encourage fitness or physical activity. Set a time limit on weekly television viewing and incorporate ideas to keep your whole family moving. Number 4, make chores fun. Instead of having each member of the family doing separate chores by themselves, turn chores into a game you can all do together. Race to see how fast you can get the house clean, and then try to beat your old time the next week. Play music while you're doing laundry, and enlist the kids to sing and dance while helping to fold and put clothes away. Take the dog for walks together and squeeze in some running, roller skating, or jump rope while you're at it. And number 5, make your meal plan. This isn't necessarily a fitness tip, but it's also worth mentioning. Families that eat healthier also tend to have other healthy habits, such as regular physical activity. Take kids to the farmer's market with you. Let them pick their own fruits and vegetables and involve them in the food preparation. They're much more likely to enjoy their meals and to clean their plates. Remember, engaging in physical activity as a family can be a fun way to get everyone moving. For more family tips, please contact Family Links at 256-820-5911.
Let's get started with this week's lineup of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. If you recognize someone that you know and you have any information about where they can be found, please call Calhoun County Sheriff Larry Amerson or Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414. Jonna Lance of Jacksonville is up first. She is wanted for a probation violation for interference with custody. Elizabeth Turner of Anniston wanted on probation revocation for attempted manufacture of a controlled substance. Kevin Hall of Talladega wanted for failure to appear for second-degree theft of property. James Hansen from Anniston wanted on bond revocation for second-degree domestic violence. Jeffrey Rogers of Anniston wanted for failure to appear for first-degree possession of marijuana. Brenton Thompson of Piedmont, wanted for 2 counts of fraudulent use of a credit card, a probation violation. And Thomas New from Anniston, wanted for failure to appear for criminal trespass, 1st degree. Tyler Witten of Oxford is wanted on probation revocation for 2nd degree possession of marijuana. Again, if you have any information about the location of any of these individuals, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers. They want your information, not your name. The number to call is 256-238-1414. All right, and we'll get back to the bad guys here in just a few minutes. But right now, we want to welcome back an old friend, Skeeter, or Vanetta. Everybody knows you by Skeeter, so we just stick with Skeeter.
We'll go with it. We'll go.
You come in every year to talk about a nice bike ride that you've been doing, Trystan's Run for Autism, and I can't believe it's already come around that time of the year again.
It's year 5. We've this will be the 5th year we've done this. What we do is, me and my wife came up with this to give back to the teachers that have done so much for us. We raise all this money up. We take the money and we give it to the teachers, and we buy supplies for the schools, help with anything that they need for that year. We're going to do to give what we can.
Yeah, it's got to be, for every parent, looking at what a teacher sacrifices for your child is humbling, if you really take the time to look at it.
Absolutely.
But especially if you have a child with special needs and you know how much work it takes at home, and then you see what those teachers are doing, that's got to be something special.
And they do amazing things. I mean, we last year, we have a new teacher that came in this year, Ms. Jones, and do amazing things with her. I mean, these teachers, no matter who they are, they put so much of their lives into these things that these kids, I mean, they're part of our lives just as much. They're family to us just as much as our kids are to them. It's amazing.
Let's talk about Trystan for a second. Okay, this is the 5th year we've been doing the ride, and I know you've told us some amazing things about the progress that Trystan made early on after getting the right situation. How's he doing today?
He is about 4 shades of crazy. He's awesome. He's a lot of fun. He's progressing even more with his education-wise. We're able to communicate a lot better. He's becoming more independent, doing stuff for himself, as opposed to us trying to go in there and do it for him. And that's one thing that was really a good thing for him. He's just great. He's never sad. He's always happy. He doesn't, and that's the beautiful thing about him. He's just such a happy kid that for us it makes us happy. We just try to give that love to him, and like I said, he's progressing even further as he goes, and the sky's the limit.
Very cool. And Matthew, I know we see this all the time. The bikers, sometimes there's a reputation that goes along with bikers, but we see all the time. I know that Sheriff's Office does, helping with escorting events and things. There's probably not another group that's more active in trying to help the community.
We do escorts for many different rides. It's kind of like anything else you see for law enforcement or teachers or anything else. The majority of those people are good-hearted, good people wanting to help someone, to serve their community. It's just that very small fraction, the one, very small. But most people I know who ride bikes are good folks and good people.
And from the law enforcement perspective, when somebody's going out and doing one of these big rides and going to be out a bunch of bikes together, what can they do to help make sure that everything goes smoothly, and what can the general public do to make sure that everything is good?
Always, good driving safety rules is always look twice. When you look one way and you look the other, look again. Motorcycles are hard to find sometimes. Just always think twice, look twice to make sure that you don't pull out in front of somebody. Most motorcycle rides that we escort, goes off without a hitch. I think most motorcyclers or bikers, they're driving very defensively, so they know. But just always be safe and look twice.
Motorcycles keep their head on swivel. I'm telling you, it gets hairy every once in a while, but we're keep it, as long as you keep safe and, like you said, observe everything else, you're good to go.
When you get a bunch of bikes together and they're traveling together in a group, that does present sometimes a little bit of a challenge for somebody that's coming upon that, and it's not what you encounter every day on the road. So
I think it's a little intimidating sometimes. You pull up and there's 20 or 30 motorcycles there. It's just not something you see. It's out of the ordinary, so people look at it a little different. But if you get next to 20 or 30 motorcycles, most time people know they're there. That they say loud pipes save lives.
Absolutely.
So, I play the bagpipes, so I say the same thing. Loud pipes save lives. So, but give them space.
And just because it's a little bit out of the ordinary from what you would normally see, 1 or 2 bikes here and there, the laws of the road don't change.
Laws of the road don't change. You know, anytime you do things that is unsafe, like shooting fireworks on top of your head, it'll cost you. You know,
Absolutely.
If you're riding a motorcycle, you know, you don't want to, speed kills. You know, you don't want to try to have 3 and 4 motorcycles riding side by side in the same lane of traffic. That's not in the traffic laws that you can do that. You know, give each other space, room, slow down, be defensive, and you know, we should all drive defensively. We should anticipate when you come to an intersection. We should all look both ways, slow down a little bit, just to make sure that nobody's running a red light. Those kind of things can save your life.
All right, we need to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about the actual specifics of the event, so anybody that wants to get involved will be able to do that. We'll talk about the dates and times and all that kind of thing for Trystan's Run for Autism when we come back on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict,
alcoholic, meth free,
a wretch.
like me.
I once was.
Homeless.
Broken. Sad.
Just lost. But now I am sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Your word is rigmarole,
Can you define it?
a long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, Jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Here we go with the second half of this week's lineup of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Richard Burgett of Anniston is wanted on a probation revocation for use and possession of drug paraphernalia. Elon Boswell of Weaver wanted for failure to pay for passing bad checks. Dennis Blakely from Anniston wanted for failure to pay for third-degree theft of property. Shanika McGrath of Anniston wanted for failure to appear for second-degree criminal mischief. Cynthia Benefield of Anniston wanted on probation revocation for third-degree theft of property. Samantha Duncan of Oxford wanted for failure to appear for third-degree domestic violence. Jody Salazar of Flomaton wanted on probation revocation for passing bad checks. Again, if you have any information about these cases, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414. That's our lineup for this week, but we've still got some unsolved crimes that we need your help with. We'll talk about those in a few minutes. All right, and we've got Skeeter with us again talking about Trystan's Run for Autism, which is coming up. When exactly is it going to be?
It's going to be Saturday, July 18th.
Okay.
We're going to meet up at Top of the River in Anniston. Start meeting about 10 o'clock, and we're going to leave out about noon with, of course, the escort from the Sheriff's Office, which we greatly appreciate every single year. We'll have a little bit of drinks and food there for you if you want to, have that. It's going to be $10 a rider. We will have some of the shirts, which these were just printed off today, so I've got. Wow. So we'll have some shirts for sale. They'll be right at $15 as well. And like I said, all the money goes to that. We've had great help through many, many people. J Supply Company has helped us out. Top River, of course. They let us hold this gig every year, and no questions asked. The Matthews Printing is doing our T-shirts and stuff. But Yeah, we're just going to go out there and have a good time. It's about 80 miles that we're going to ride, and it's just all around the county. Just have a good old time.
Do people need to pre-register or just show up?
Absolutely not. Just come on out there. We'll be sitting there, like I said, about 10 o'clock. If you wake up that morning and you got nothing better to do or you got nothing, come on. We'll get you taken care of, sign you up, and come on in and just have a good time with us. That's all we ask. Just, like we said, be safe, of course, and give money to a good cause that's going to go to really help the families and stuff.
Absolutely. And of course, Matthew, with the subject of autism, right now we've got a lot of people in Calhoun County that are on the lookout for a lost dog, which is always a significant thing, and we have a lot of pets. More pets get lost on 4th of July than any other day of the year because of all the explosions going on. But this case particularly, it's a service animal for an 8-year-old boy with autism that got lost. The dog got lost in Ohatchee.
It is. It's on our Facebook page, and I love my animals like they're part of the family, but I'm sure they love that animal the same. But it also performs a significant function for that child. And if they see that animal out, please call us. We'll do our best to help them.
Yeah. With autistic children, the routine and the things that they're used to, that they expect, are very important to them.
Yes, sir. And some kids you can divert a little bit from the routine, but definitely losing your service animal for that child is a big thing. And that kid, the reason why he has it is because he bonds to that kid. And that's definitely something we need to find and get taken care of for that child, because he'll definitely be appreciative when it comes back.
Yeah. So as Matthew mentioned, the information is on the Facebook page for the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office, as well as the TV24 Facebook page, so you can go and see all the information about that animal. And again, looking forward to the run coming up on Saturday, July 18th, and you've got a Facebook page with information on that as well, don't you?
It's just like it sounds, or Trystan's run it's actually the number 4 autism for the Facebook page. Any questions, you can call me at 256-282-3755. Now you'll get Herbert on the voicemail if I don't answer. But
Herbert, not Skeeter. Okay.
Yeah, and we have flyers at top of the river as well, and they're out and about. The flyers are, and any questions at all, by all means, we're here to support just as much as we're trying to help them out. I've had different families come up to me with having an autistic child, and they've asked, just found out their child is either autistic or, and my son's about to be 11, and even if somebody wants to call and just have a support, give me a call. Find me on Facebook, do what you got to do, and I'm there for anybody that's going through it or that's continuing to go through it.
And events like this are so important, not just because they raise money to help out with the cause, but it is the bonding and the sharing of information when people are able to get together and talk about something. This isn't the normal conversation that you're going to have with your buddies on a Friday night, but it's a conversation that a lot of people need to have.
And we do get, everybody I've ever talked to that's come to the event or out and about, they know somebody that has either a child with autism or know somebody that has autism. I mean, it's becoming more and more acknowledgeable in this world. And like, we'll sit and talk I talked to a lady for 20 minutes the other day at the restaurant. Her son comes in. He was 25 years old, autistic and blind.
Wow.
And he was being loud and doing his thing, and I was like, man, you have nothing to worry about. Let that boy be loud. He's good. And so people, especially being an autistic parent, it's to have other people that you talk to is a main thing, and that's why I say we're a very big support group. A lot of people. My big thing, I've always said it every year, is patience. Anytime you have a child with special needs, patience is the key, because it's and that goes with any kid really, but patience is the big thing. As long as you stay patient and find a way to hone that child's skills and hone a way to help him out, he's good to go. He or she's good to go.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much for all the work that you've been doing on this, and glad that things are going well with Trystan, and we look forward to a great ride and hopefully get some really good weather on July 18th.
I'm with you on that one.
All right. We'll be right back with the crazy criminal of the week on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, Jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
Your word is rigmarole.
Can you define it?
A long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic,
meth freak,
a wretch like me.
I once was.
Homeless,
Broken. Sad.
just lost.
but now I am sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Now let's talk about some property crimes that we could use your help with. On June 29th, a black 1992 Toyota Tacoma truck was stolen from a residence on Hollingsworth Road in Jacksonville. On June 30th, the residence on County Line Road West in East Teboga was broken into. Someone got away with jewelry, electronics, and foreign currency. On June 26th, the weed eater, chainsaw, and fishing tackle were stolen from a building located on Cedar Springs Road in Jacksonville. And on July 1st, a residence on Joyce Street in Gadsden was broken into. Firearms and electronics were stolen here. Again, if you have any information about any of these cases or any others, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
And we already talked about the individual who killed himself trying to shoot fireworks off the top of his head. He certainly could have been our crazy criminal today. We've got another individual that decided he wanted to advertise his company. He wanted to get some attention for himself and his company, so he decided to make himself fly. Daniel Boria. He tied 110 balloons to his lawn chair and went flying.
Did he make it?
Well, he made it up and he made it down.
Every plane that's ever flew is landed.
Yeah.
Just not necessarily safely, but it's landed.
He wanted to land in the middle of a stampede, some big event that they have up there.
That sounds very smart right there.
Yeah, he was blown off course, not an actual stampede with buffalo or whatever, but some event they have in Calgary. But anyway, he got blown off course and ended up about a mile from the grounds of the event. And he was charged with, charges of mischief causing danger to life and mischief causing damage to property. If you do something that stupid and that dangerous, you're not the only victim, and it is a crime.
Apparently so. I'm speechless on that one. He was trying to take his company to new heights, is all I can say.
After your experience in planes, I know you're not going to be going to buy any helium to fill up some balloons and go flying yourself, are you?
You're not going to convince me to do that.
No. All right.
No, not at all.
Well, we're not going to convince you to do anything else at this point. Our time is done, but we do hope that you will join us again next week. We will be looking for you next Tuesday on Calhoun County's Most Wanted, but hopefully not in the lineup.